Oh, I don't know because there's so many people in their voice chat. Anyway, there is dive comp on the side of Crimson, and well, Sigma style dive-ish on the side of Friendship Brigade.
Yeah, I guess they're running the Sigma instead of a Rhine, just, running a kind of brawly comp. Sigma shield, of course, being similar size and shape to a Rhine shield.
Usually gonna see Luda on the Rhine, but because
huge
Ryan's gone, I
anti-nade.
thought he wouldn't play.
Massive anti-nade there coming out of Jaywalk, getting 3 members of Friendship Brigade here, but unfortunately not enough damage follow up to find any kills here, and now objective being capped by Crimson. The first pick coming out from Mr. NX onto Ollie.
That's usually a good thing to put presence on point early and cap it, because you get the earliest percentage and you have a bit more of an advantage. But Gornim gets the boop onto Jaywalk. Acid, the budget acid, DMX Solus, Kestron though getting all the picks.
Yeah, Questron getting a lot done here. And Goranum finding another kill for himself as well on Nutcakes, that baby diva, and another kill once again. Questron and Goranum, between the two of them, getting all 6 kills.
Massive.
Definitely Questron seems to be an MVP for his team. Really shows off why he's the captain. Oh, but the stick coming out from Budget Acid onto... I believe he stuck squeeze with that, but Mr. Next falls. Now Ollie getting souls with the help of Budget Acid. And Nutcake finding Despedido as well. Questron though in the back finds Jaywalk as the gravitic flux comes out from that Sigma. But unfortunately no kills found. As Luda Yoda with a nice boop with his Primal Rage finds Squeeze and now chases down Goranum as well.
Well, Questron didn't find anything with the pulse bomb, but Solus is still contesting the same thing with Questron. They're going to put the Nano Boost onto Questron, however.
The Nano Boost comes out onto Luda Yoda as well on that Winston. Make sure he won't fall to Questron. Questron getting taken out then eventually by Questron, or by Luda Yoda with the Nano Boost. As Nutcake finds Soul with the Diva Bomb. And finally the point turns over for the side of Crimson.
Yeah, well, Friendship Brigade, we've got that healthy 50%. However, Crimson will definitely, if the point does get flipped, Crimson, I predict, will be around 80% at least on.
Yeah, at this rate, they're already at 40%, almost 50. But the blade coming out as well from Ollie finds Despedido, which is a good pick. And Nutcake eating that pulse bomb from Questron. Nice little flick there with that defense matrix. Now, but Acid in the backline gets taken out by Questron in that Tracer 1v1.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, the bomb though coming in. Finds Phoenix. Nice little placement with that bomb from Souls.
Questron is low in the back but could win the duel against Luda Yoda. And yes, Questron does win the duel.
Squeeze though, cleaning up. He has switched over to the Winston now. He's just being able to zap more people on point. Nutcake just stalling the point as long as possible. As you said, almost exactly 80%. You are almost exactly bang on. If Nutcake didn't get that extra stall, you'd be exactly correct.
What a pick from MRNX onto Budget Acid. Force the disengagement.
Ollie here
and
kind of look for
lots of time
flank on the Doomfist as well. Rotating back to his team now, just waiting for his team to group up so they can all push in together. See Questron waiting on the corner there for that pulse bomb. As soon as someone pokes up, Mr. Next falls to that punch coming out of Ollie. B-drop being used, as well as that pulse bomb from Friendship Brigade. Pulse bomb finds 2, both supports. There's no healing for Crimson here, but the kills are coming out there. Surprisingly, Friendship are actually losing this fight, despite killing those supports very early on.
99%, but will they actually get it? And the weird ultimate used by Phoenix. Why did he sound barrier?
I'm not entirely sure. Maybe to keep himself alive. Maybe he got pulse bombed or something. Just probably making sure he could get into the fight.
The second you get stuck, you have to drop the beat, otherwise you're gonna die.
Pretty much like with the Diva Bomb.
Oh, massive eat from Nutcake though.
Nutcake a second time.
Dragon of Mr. NX.
Last time he ate the pulse bomb, this time he eats the dragon. Definitely an MVP here. As Questron sticks Oli with that Doomfist on the pulse bomb.
Come on, Questron, carry your team.
Questron with that Nano Boost, just getting 3 picks already in this fight. Going for a 5th.
Wins the duel against Budget Acid.
Another one.
Could take out Phoenix. Phoenix does fall to Solus, and just Nutcake alive.
Nutcake wanting to stall as long as possible, wait for his team to get back. Luda Yoda does get back on point here. This is definitely last fight territory though. If Crimson lose this point, it's unlikely that they'll be able to keep contesting and turn the point to win.
Oh.
It's 98%, 99, and that looks like that is the map.
Questron, that was a power move. Questron.
Twice now, Questron getting upwards of 2 or 3 kills, this time getting 4. And I just realized my stream is looking kinda weird with the brightness and contrast and stuff, and I'm not sure what I'd have to change. Still looks like Overwatch, you know who the characters are. So we'll just keep going as it is. Now onto control point B, the what's this map called again?
I think it's control center.
Control center, that's it. As we now see a bunker comp coming out of Crimson here with that double shield against the dive, which is better, definitely better.
I've never play anything else but Winston or Ryan, so it's gonna be interesting to see him on the Orisa.
But Orisa definitely a stronger pick here.
Gonna go on that flank.
Luda Yoda and Nutcake already finding a couple picks here. As Souls loses his mech and Goranum gets taken out. Question though, with the flank, can he get any kills here? Looks like no, as much as gets taken down, or gets a kill onto Mr. Nex as well. Everybody is forced to retreat from Friendship Brigade. Definitely the double shields being very helpful here on these tight corridors in Control Center. Unfortunately the dive just not being able to move around as much.
Restaurant did kill Ollie though, but support. It's about the 2 DPS loss.
Oh, now Questron finding Jaywalk again. This is all the Questron show. Sticks Luda Yoda as well, gets the kill. Questron looking for a 5th. Mr. Nex cleans up. Last 2 kills there. Questron somehow managing to turn that fight around at the very end, but Ollie finding an early pick onto Mr. Nex as well. Yeah, definitely Questron the MVP for his team right now.
Despacito coming up with the nano boost. Could potentially apply it to Questron if he feels like it.
We've seen it happen before. Questron does get the value out of it. He's now getting chased around by Nutcake in the backline and forced to retreat, but he's probably going to be going back in again. Nano boost comes out onto the Winston. In squeeze. Can he get any value out of it? Looks like he can find 1 kill in Phoenix before Primal Raging for that extra health boost. Finds budget assets with that as well. As he now looks in the backlines for some extra kills. Only though with 2 kills on the point with that Bob.
Too little, too late.
Another pulse bomb coming out of Questron. Unfortunately, not getting a kill this time, but he did take out Nutcake, excuse me, at the end of that fight as well. Definitely tough for this bunker comp to be pushing in, especially they're not checking their corner. Questron hiding in this exact same staircase once again, not getting spotted as all 6 players of Crimson just walk right past him.
No, that's a fight that should have gone to Specsavers.
Oh, definitely, as Questron finds the first count to Luda Yoda already before that beat-up could even be used. And now, Budget Acid trying to take out Questron in the back here. Of course, one May right-click to the head will do the trick. And Ollie finds Despacito and Gornanum. No supports now for Friendship Brigade. Ollie popping off, finding 4. Before getting taken out by Squeeze.
Of course. Questron falls, not the cake with the pick on to Questron, and that point will go back to Crimson for a long while, but that was pretty good hold from Friendship Brigade.
Yeah, pushing all the way to 82% as Oli there though popping off on that Hanzo, getting 4 kills for his team. And only the Coalescence and Beat being used from Crimson there. They have a few ultimates still in the weights. As they use a Blizzard now, unfortunately that's not eaten by Souls, and he gets taken out. Pulse bomb once again from Questron. Unfortunately, he sticks Luda Yoda, who just fortifies and tanks it. Now the Dragon.
Used in the direction. Does take out Despacito, but also
The Dragon's coming out of Mission X, splitting off the point and keeping Nutcake away from his supports as he falls. Luda Yoda finding Squeeze and Souls finding Phoenix. It's up to Jaywalk now to keep his team alive as long as possible. And it's just Luda Yoda on the point. They both fall at the same time. Questron, or Budgetas is falling back as well. On the point, Jaywalk still managing to stay alive actually, before getting taken out by Mr. Nex. Now just Budget Acid getting the point as long as possible. They want to get to 99% if they can, or at least into one fight territory. Squeeze finally gets the kill onto Budget Acid, and Questron finding a Pulse Bomb in the back. And Nano Boost maybe a bit questionable there onto Questron.
Nope.
Wasn't
Nearly one
entirely
clip
necessary.
Yoda, trapping them in their own spawn. Budget Acid's gone on the Torbjorn. I think he's given up.
Well, no, Torbjorn is definitely a huge counter for Dive at the moment. The turret is finding a lot of value, especially for checking corners.
Break the point. Will they get to a point in time? However, I don't think. Yes, they do.
They just about manage it. But Questron still in the backline here. 1v1ing Budget Acid as well, taking out that Bongo, which is of course a lot of damage taken out.
Nutcake also gets on the point. Luda Yoda staying with his shields on the edge.
Only Oli taken down so far, and he's respawning already. On his way back into the fight. Questron and Despito falling very low, so is Goranum. Both supports now taken out for the side of Friendship Brigade, but Squeeze returning the kill onto Phoenix. Not able to withstand that Torb turret and Torb combo as Nutcake managed to kill himself. Obviously rocking one of those shields and doing a bit of damage to himself. But together with his team, they've done enough to cap the point. As now Goranum runs to the point to just contest and force that overtime before falling. It's 5v6 already.
Throwing that dragon onto the point. Will he get on in time? Yes, he will, but he falls to the turret for Budget Acid, who managed to do Budget Acid with the pop-off.
Budget Acid getting 3 kills there between his ultimate, his own gun, and his hammer, or his turret.
Bomb if, it wasn't too late.
Yeah, too little too late. And this map is going the distance, so it seems we're going to the third objective.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is the Gardens, Lijiang Gardens. Probably my favourite of the 3. Well, maybe Control Center. As a Rhine main, I do love to play a Control Center. But Dive...
I don't main Rhine, but I just play him.
Yeah, Dive I have found can work very well on this map, but will it be able to overcome that double shield comp? Especially now that they have a Torbjorn in Budget Acid to stop Questron from dominating them so much in the backline.
Also, a way to counter is maybe you got to realize that they've got 2 projectiles. And Farah probably still won't work because I know Ollie to be really good at taking out Farahs. aka I've played comp games with him and he's played Handsome and took out hundreds of Farahs.
Yeah, Farah not easy to take out as a Hanzo, but once you get used to those travel times on those arrows, not the most difficult thing to do either. We see a nice dive coming out from Questron with Squeeze, but Questron falling to Ollie's arrow there with a headshot, and Ollie finds a second kill onto Despito as well as Luda Yoda finds the rest of the team.
Next, losing that 1v1 versus Ollie.
You can already see though that turret stops Questron from engaging so deep with that Tracer as he switches over now onto the Soldier 76 to get a bit more range.
Probably won't be as effective, to be honest. Soldier's just going to get nullified by all the shields and all the healing.
I think Soldier will be more effective because of a bit more range, and of course won't fall as quickly to those Torb turrets. He'll just play with his team, and we also see Squeeze on that Orisa now instead of that Winston. Definitely, I think a good call from the side of Friendship.
So loose on the Diva, maybe to eat the ultimates made by Budget Acid or Ollie, because
Mr. Next though,
they are very vital.
And now the push coming in through this choke, but the Coalescence is there from Jaywalk to get a lot of extra damage in there, and the Molten Core as well. Finding Squeeze, and a lot of ultimates here from Crimson. But still, they seem to be losing this fight almost. It's a 1v1, or it's a 5v5 trade here, but Mr. NX finding 2 before falling. Again, it's 4v4 on the point here. That Torb turret might become a 5th player, might be what they need to win the fight. Luda Yoda finding Goranum as well. As Souls with the nano boost, looking to get a kill on Luda Yoda. He gets it. Questron as well, finding Jaywalk and Budget Acid.
Doing what he's been known to do. Just
Oli falls off the map trying to get that quick flank, getting back. Yeah, definitely Questron switching over to that Soldier made it a lot easier for him to out-sustain those Torb turrets and out-sustain the damage. Do you see though Budget Acid on the main now instead of that Torbjorn?
They not want to invest that shield. Having to try pushing, but doesn't work. It's gonna.
The dragon now as well coming out.
Nearly kill Questron.
Mr. Nex doesn't find any kills, but does delay the push by quite a bit, as that Maywalls also have to be used to stop any oncoming damage. A lot of ultimates being used here. This bomb could be huge. It finds Phoenix, and now the visor from Questron as well finds Jaywalk. There's no supports now, and that should be the team fight over for Crimson, with the win going to Friendship. Oh, nice little pull there off the map by Squeeze onto Nutcake. Almost found Luda Yoda as well, but Questron found that kill first.
The universe simply couldn't sing to Nutcake because they couldn't really capitalize too much on that, and as they eventually lost the fight. They're coming into this fight. They've only got the barrier, the sound barrier. However, Luda Yoda coming closer to supercharge, and maybe that could be.
Well, only as well on 90% of that dragon. That pull dragon combo could be absolutely huge if they do it right. Here it comes. Looks like it's going to find two, but no, the beat drop comes out just in time to protect the Hanzo and Lucio both from dying to that dragon. Now both bongos being used, both teams dishing out a lot of extra damage here. As a lot of trades are happening on the point. Questron with the visor now. Finds Oli. But at this point, of course, having that thing in the middle, that post in the middle, stops those visors from getting too much value. Squeeze now with the nano boost as well. Can he find any extra kills? Nutcake finding Questron. As Jaywalk found Granum as well. It looks like that nano boost didn't really do a whole lot. Luda Yoda getting a lot of kills here. I think he's on his 4th in this fight so far. Nutcake as well, winning that 1v1 against Souls.
Maybe the nano boost keep Squeeze alive, or maybe make it more survivable.
Luda Yoda, they're taking a nice bit of damage from that dragon, but not enough to fall, especially with Jaywalk's healing on his back as Mr. NX falls as well. Questionable dragon, I would say. I mean, it would have been too little too late if he did get a kill. But this is coming into last fight territory.
Ollie did fall, but he's got the blinks. He can get back really, really quickly.
See now as well. Squeeze on that wrecking ball. Wants to contest the point. Force it overtime. He's getting forced out by that Mei. Squeeze is heavily countered here by Mei with that wrecking ball. But he's just swinging on point now, getting some extra damage in and just contesting as long as possible. But the Mei ult comes out. As long with that Diva Bomb, can't find any kills. It finds 3, that's huge. Massive combo there from Nutcake and Budget Acid with that Mei ult to get that combo.
That's Questron did have visor, but it's not going to work. Everyone's gonna fall. Basically, nobody could get on. That was a team kill.
Crimson wins map number 1. Definitely a very close one, though.
Yeah, you had many plays from Questron, and you had good plays from Ollie, but because they're both really good DPS in themselves, but it was a full team effort from both.
Yeah, and then of course combos like this. Blizzard with the bomb, definitely an underrated combo. Nobody can escape the bomb, so it is guaranteed to get a couple kills most of the time. Now, Questron, you're back with us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I felt like I put my all in there.
You definitely did. I think you were the carry for your team in that match. Especially earlier on that Tracer, getting a lot done. And let's just wait for Nutcake to get back in here. And we'll get picking on the next map.
Hello.
Nut, how are you feeling about that one?
Pretty confident. I mean, we ended up like taking a sort of reverse sweep in the map.
Yeah, it was definitely a very, very close map altogether. And yeah, well done for pulling out the victory. Questron though, you'll be choosing the next map, which is Hybrid, and I feel like I don't have to ask, but Blizzard, Hollywood, or Kings Row, my dude?
Hollywood.
Hollywood?
Whoa,
wow.
Hollywood.
Wow, I think this is our first time seeing Hollywood.
Wow.
Definitely first time I'm casting on Hollywood, which is impressive.
Oh, we have something up our sleeves.
Okay, so we have a plan.
Don't run goats.
You can't run
Okay,
goats.
alright,
Can't run goats. I wish I could.
Kings Row?
Yeah.
Never mind.
No,
All right,
please.
let's go to Hollywood, boys. You can go back to your teams and
Okay.
Alright.
let's get going. Good luck, guys.
God, I miss goats.
I don't. Even as a Rhine main, I do not miss goats. As I don't know.
I was
didn't
bring
love it.
Zarya.
I don't know why you'd miss goats as a Zarya. And Toastman left the game. Oh, he was just a spectator. That's fine.
Spectator for Crimson.
So,
Toastman's
Questron saying they have something up their sleeve. What do you think it is?
potentially a weird and crazy composition.
It looks like they're going to be running that bunker, but Questron on that Sombra, which he's well known for playing in this league. And he definitely gets those EMPs extremely quickly. Probably the fastest EMPs I've seen. But Oli seems to be running that Sombra as well, with Luda Yoda taking up the Wrecking Ball. Looks like a dive comp coming out of well, dive without Winston, using the Wrecking Ball instead of the Winston, coming out of Crimson here. So no shielding or anything on the side of Crimson, which might prove to have a bit of a problem when it comes to pushing. Budget assets as well on that Torbjorn. Never seen Torbjorn in a dive. I thought he was going to stick with that Reaper. Oh, never mind. Bunker Comp is switching out here, as they've seen a Bunker Comp out of Friendship Brigade, and they know they can't run a dive against that very effectively.
Smart decision.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of the time, you know, you can't dive against a bunker. Only on certain niche maps.
We have Despy sitting in the back on the point. Not out of position, but Question
Yoda getting hacked
is
here.
halfway to a 30 seconds in. Question's 50%
Yeah.
to that EMP.
A lot of big bulky targets for him to shoot at here, and nice hacks onto Luda Yoda. Means he's just charging himself super fast. But of course, that Torb turret is stopping him from poking for too long, and you're getting too many hacks, which is the real value of Torbjorn, I think, in this kind of team comp.
1 minute, and they're nearly 80%. 1 minute, and I'm only 20%.
Well, Jaywalk already has the Coalescent here, as he engages with that pull as well. A lot of damage coming out. Looking for a kill if he can find it. Mr. NX with the Nano Boost as well, and the beat drop coming out of Moranum. The huge EMP though. But was that too many ultimates used by Friendship Brigade there? I think it was, because they used the Nano Boost, the beat drop, you know, and the EMP.
Yeah, well,
they won the fight, but
they got the Sigma ult and the Hans ult next, so
yeah. And of course, they do have that Ursa pull with that ultimate from the Hanzo, meaning they could secure a few extra kills with it. So it's no shield, forced to back out with that kinetic grasp as Questron falls into the back line. Already back up to 36% on his ultimate, just spamming out of ult in.
Trying to chase.
Nutkick though with the huge Gravitic Flux, finding 3 people, lifting them into the air, but unfortunately no kills falling just yet. Souls instead finding Luda Yoda, and Squeeze finding Oli as well. Very unfortunate by Nutkick there. Those supports did fall very, very low HP, but both managed to survive just about.
Yeah, well, in the back, the reason why Crimson have one less.
Questron though getting taken out by the rock from Nutcake. And now the Pull Dragon coming out. Will it find anything? Looks like no, not just yet, but the beat drop is forced out of Phoenix here, as Oli finds a kill onto Mr. NX. Both dragons used there, neither of them got a kill. Luda Yoda seemed to ignore Squeeze there for a little bit, but Squeeze does eventually fall at the hands of Budget Acid as Jaywalk takes out Gornanum as well. Budget Acid forced to use his Overload there to survive in his 1v1 against Questron. Questron translocates out there as well. And just comes back to
Questron
the
does
point.
have the EMP, however. That could be really, really powerful.
But he decides not to use it just yet, and instead, wow, Luda Yoda can spin very fast while he shoots there to look for those sunbursts. Decides to hold on to his EMP there and wait for the next team fight, which I think is a smart move, because honestly, there wouldn't have been enough follow-up on that EMP if he used it earlier. Better to wait for the team to regroup and get a full team push and a full team wipe off just 1, maybe 2 ultimates.
What I think Questron may do is definitely try catch the Torb. The Torb has got an ultimate, and I think Questron is aware of that.
And there it is, a 4-man EMP there. Doesn't quite get the Torb or the Ana, but the kills are there, and Budget Acid knows better than to ult into a last fight, as he just decides to fall back into his spawn. Questron though wants to get a kill on him anyway. Jaywalk getting pulled up into the air, but manages to fade out before he gets taken out. Now, a very aggressive hold from Friendship Brigade here. So Questron falls very low HP. Gravitic Flux coming out of Nutcake there. Picks up Solus, but it's not enough to get him killed. And Questron, with the help of that bongo from Squeeze, manages to get a kill onto Budget Acid, who returns a kill with his turret from the grave onto Questron. Another kinetic grasp now coming out from the other side here. Not getting any kills though. And a huge dragon there, finding both tanks of Friendship Brigade as Nutcake finishes up that 3rd kill with the rock.
And Budget Acid's holding on to that Molten Core.
Well, he seems to be dying very early in most of these fights, apart from the last one with the EMP, where he just knew not to use it because his team had already fallen in front of him.
Well, I think they may think Questron is close to an EMP, and they'll be right if they think that. But Phoenix does fall to Mr. NX.
Questron going in very deep here, getting a lot of damage in, and here finally comes the Molten Core. But the EMP comes out as well, and Solus with that Nano Boost, probably to keep him alive from that Molten Core, honestly. Comes in now, getting a nice bit of damage in, and wow, the Dragon from Mr. NX. Of course, everybody caught in that tight corridor. With the Dragon, especially with the little bit of a pull, no one can run away. And that's a 4K Dragon right there.
I haven't got one of those since 2017.
About the same for me, honestly. And even then, it was with the help of a Graviton Surge, something like that.
Oh, mine was just accidental. The round had just ended, I just shot my ultimate.
Oh, I've got those
got
before
5.
as well, yeah, but that's, no one can move, no one can dodge. Doesn't really count.
Yeah, but it still gave me the achievement.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah, that because it was on console, and console achievements are super buggy.
Oh, true. Already though, Nutcake
So
has no shield, and he's also hacked. This is a good time now for these tanks to push in and try to get an extra kill. They do exactly that. They find Oli, and now the fight might turn for French Brigade here. Although ultimate's being invested by both sides here. Nice beat up coming out of Goranum to negate Nutcake's ultimate. His budget assets as well, getting hacked by Questron, but again, no damage to follow up to get that kill. Another Gravitic Flux coming out now on the other side of the play from Souls. Finds Nutcake, pretty much, with the help of Squeeze. And a Bongo now coming out of Squeeze as well.
It won't really matter, they're not going to get on point.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Ludio to touch the point there, but not quite fast enough on that ball. Don't know if anyone would be fast enough on the ball to get there in that little space of time.
Yuto will literally spank you for that.
I won't say no, lol. A nice hold there coming out of French Brigade. Not quite full holding, but Crimson only pushing halfway through point B there.
Kind of hard to hold point A because despite the fact they only has basically 2 entry points, you have to stop them from going through those entry points. Otherwise, you're pretty much going to lose the fight almost every time.
Yeah, and the main choke there is quite large as well. So it is quite easy to push through, especially with those corners to kind of take cover behind. Between,
and to be honest,
the
I
high ground.
expected a pharmacy because pharmacy is really common.
Yeah, pharmacy is really common, but as well the Torb is a huge counter to that, as well as both these Mr. NX and Oli, of course, being very good hanzos from what we've seen so far, and probably would be able to take a Pharah out of the sky. And potentially, you know, these guys are the hit scan players. Maybe they just don't want to, or they're projectile players, I should say. Maybe they don't want to switch off the Hanzo onto a Pharah instead, and instead stay on that Hanzo, which they have been doing work on.
Yeah, well, attack round coming out from Friendship Brigade. They're keeping Questron on the Sombra, which was very strong in the last round.
Yeah, definitely Questron being one of the better Sombras in this league. Definitely getting a lot done on building those EMPs very, very quickly. That Torb turret though, stopping Questron from hacking anybody on the point. Because of course, when you try to hack, if you take any damage at all as Sombra, your hack gets cancelled. But Squeeze decides to take out that turret, and now Questron might be able to get in there and get some work done. And he does exactly that. He finds Jayok in the back after hacking him, just able to burn him down in that 1v1. And now French Brigade moving onto the point here with that bunker, just setting up and forcing, well, Mr. NX is getting those kills, but everybody else is just forcing Crimson to fall back. Mr. NX there with his 3rd kill. As now, it looks like just Nutcake around to hold the point as long as possible, but he's not even on it right now. And he gets, ooh, French Brigade deciding not to actually stagger that baby diva, and instead just kill him as quick as possible.
The 5-minute timer will pretty much guarantee there will be a, well, of course I'll guarantee it'll be a long game. What am I thinking? But it will guarantee that there will be a lot of really heated fights, lots of ultimates if it lasts through the full 5 minutes.
Westron there managed to find a very early kill onto budget asset right now. If French Brigade push in hard, they might get an early team fight win, as it is a 5v6.
And
Budget Acid
that
though,
win
getting back in the
really
fight
wins
just
the
now.
entire game.
Oli with the dragon, but he gets pulled forward, so that dragon not really going to hit anything as Souls finds Yoda with that rock, and now the EMP coming out from Questron as well. Finds everybody there that's alive apart from Nutcake. As Mr. NX and Squeeze follow up with those kills. Now, not in the back. He knows he has to touch the point. Sends in his bomb first. Can't find anybody. Finds a bongo, but he gets hacked, so he can't get back into his mech just yet. And he gets taken out by Questron before he gets a chance to build that ultimate up again. And very quick push through point B there for Friendship Brigade as they take that map win.
So I believe the score is now 1-1.
It is indeed, which means we're guaranteed at least 4 maps. And I'm expecting honestly 5 or maybe even 7 maps. You know, once again, just like yesterday.
If we get 7, I'm going to kill myself. Just kidding. Don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
do
no, that's
suicide,
very
kids.
bad. Stay in school, don't do drugs.
I can't stay in school. There's a quarantine.
True. Okay, temporarily stay out of school. Stay at home then. And
Hello.
not. That was a little bit more one-sided than your previous match. Questron, you were definitely delivering on your plan that you said you had up your sleeve.
I was bluffing.
Oh, really? Well, you did something right anyway, as managed to pull out the win, and it's now 1-1. Not, of course, you'll be picking the next map, which is an escort map.
Okay, we're gonna
Dorado,
be going with
Junkertown, or
Junkertown.
Watchpoint. Going Junkertown straight away. Don't even need to ask.
Can we
could you
swap
also
someone in?
Yep, give me just a second.
Wait,
and,
he's not. Wait, hold up. He's not in the. Wait. I don't think he's in the game.
Alright, just invite him in, and we'll get that underway.
And could we
Yeah.
sub me for Toastman, please?
Oh, you want Toastman in? Swap to blue team. Wait.
Red
Snap
team.
to red team. Yep, and Nutcake something out.
Oh my god! I just pressed the wrong button. I accidentally opened up my antivirus.
Nice.
Nice.
If he's not joining, then we don't have any changes to make.
Okay.
Alright, guess he's not joining. Alright, well then that's about it.
Yeah, maybe I just have not enough spectators allowed in the game, so he can't join. Let me up that a little bit.
I don't think he. I mean, he'd still be in queue there. It's still loading.
True. Looks like he
So-
won't be joining us.
Nope.
In that case, we will get this game started. You guys can head back to your team, and good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
Alright. Good luck.
And now, at probably the midpoint of this this match, I think it is about time. About time for Rogue Energy. What do you think, Kiba?
Yeah, I need the rogue energy.
Need the Rogue
I
Energy.
need to slurp up the rogue energy.
That's right, everyone. As you all know, we are sponsored by Rogue Energy. Use 10% or use code Watcher for 10% off your first purchase. And now we'll get back into the game here, as each team picks their compositions. Luda Yoda and Toastman look to be going on the dive comp here. I don't know if they'll stick with this or not. Of course, dive can be quick on this map. There are, you know, some nice long sidelines where they can just dive around. But the bunker
You know what, like,
from the other side here in Friendship Brigade might be able to overpower it.
I thought they'd run a Bastion because Bastion's like super powerful. God.
He is pretty strong, but again, these long sight lines, his damage fall off is big enough, and a Hanzo or something could probably outdamage him with that range. Luda Yoda though switching onto that Orisa. Both teams running a Diva, which is quite interesting. I like to see it though. Of course, Diva being very good at contesting these high grounds. And Questron is on the Ashe. There's Ashe on both sides here, Budget Acid as well. Question is, who's going to win that 1v1 when it comes down to it? Mr. NX finding the kill onto Oli, so that's one of the 1v1s taken.
And there's definitely that advantage on the side of Friendship Brigade. Brigade will force Crimson to maybe fall back, or will they keep engaging?
Of course, these Mercy Pockets onto these Ashes mean if an Ashe lands a headshot with a damage boost, it is a one-shot kill. So Mr. NX finding another kill onto Luda Yoda, and that's definitely going to be a push over. As Budget Acid almost pushes himself off the map with his coach gun there. Budget Acid getting taken out eventually by Mr. NX, but the Resurrect is there from Jaywalk. I can't help but feel like this is a bit of a waste of a mercy from Jaywalk, as he's not really healing anybody else and leaving poor Phoenix to do all the rest of the healing for the team.
Well, last time I saw Jaywalk play Mercy, it was a far Mercy, and I feel like Jaywalk may only be good at a far Mercy.
Maybe, but Mr. NX finally counted Toastman, but not before I believe Oli found a kill onto who was it? I can't even remember. But just though finding these kills that he needs to find, finds Despedido as well. This is definitely going to slow down the push for or the contest for Friendship Brigade.
Budget Acid though did get 2 kills in that fight, and he's doing pretty decent on the Ash.
Yeah, and Questron finding a few kills here and there, but the Resurrects are there as well from Jaywalk.
Maybe to stop them contest. Oh! Flick shot onto Despedido.
With the Bob to contest the point here. Pretty good use of Bob. There's no boop for the side of Questron. Huge play here from Questron, getting 3 kills with that bongo as well for the damage boost.
Questron 4. Could there be a 5th? There's gotta be a 5th. They're gonna stagger. Please stagger.
Looks like they don't want to stagger this baby diva. Oh, maybe they do. Toastman though, smart, running to the edge of the map. Doesn't want to try remake or anything like that.
They still staggered him though.
Bit of a stagger. Could have been worse, could have been better. So yeah, not too bad.
Fact is, it's better to stagger the loose here. You can run ahead of them and then you can stop them from getting off the
Mr.
map.
Next though, finding these kills with Squeeze, and I mean, which was the stagger, the baby diva or this? Again, just nobody can push here. Mr. Next playing out of his mind on this Hanzo this time around. But he's going to fall, looks like to Questron's, or to Budget Acid's Dynamite here, as he couldn't quite get to the health back on time, but once again the Resurrect is there from Despedido to keep his team in the fight. As now, the 1v1 with the Hanzos is on the side here, both Hanzos landing a body shot straight away, as Mr. Next decides to fall out and wait for his healing. Now, the bongo from Ludiota. It's out in the open. I would have put it behind those boxes if I was him. But Bob, nice boop from Crimson to try to get him off the map. Almost manages it, but Bob somehow holding on. Getting a lot of damage in here in the back, but Mr. NX finding the first kill onto Toastman. And now the bomb coming out from Solus as well. Doesn't find any kills, but Mr. NX does find Ludiota.
Caught in a bit of a trap. You were facing an Ash from one side, a Hanzo from the other, and a Diva self-destruct. What are you going to do?
And a Bob as well in the back line. You know, you can't run away there. There's just too much damage from all sides. And this looks to be a very good hold coming out of Friendship Brigade here. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock for Crimson to push for this point. And Ludiota getting taken out. Unfortunately, it looks like he messed up his shield. Stuck in a very bad place on the high ground there. And yeah, he does get taken
Just gotta
out.
get on the point, Crimson. They're gonna trickle on,
Yeah,
even if
looks like with the nano boost, Toastman is going to dive onto the point there. But Mr. NX wants to get that DMech and then use his dragon here. Never mind, he skips the DMech part. Just dragons through the point here. Will it find any kills? It will, thanks to the pullback from
flank. Questron getting the flank, getting the double kill onto Acid and Jaywalk.
Mr. NX though with the
Last Bob being
res.
called down.
Questron again finding more kills, and that's a nice hold from Friendship Brigade. As they hold point A, which is very, very impressive. We don't see it much on Junkertown.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Yeah, don't normally see a full hold on Junkertown at all, but I think that comes down to mostly coordination there, and Crimson, unfortunately, maybe miscommunication something. People are poking out too early, getting picked off. I'm not sure if that's the problem or if just Mr. NX popping off on that Hanzo, getting those kills he needs to get, and then during those team fights, Questron going on those massive flanks and finding 2 or 3 picks in the backline as well. The whole team knowing what they need to do and where they should be to pick up those kills and win those fights.
Ready for battle.
As now we see Squeeze on that Sigma instead. No Arista on the defense here. Instead, they decide to run the Sigma Diva. Or on the attack here, I should say.
Attackers
Wow.
incoming in 30 seconds.
Sigma Divas. Not. You've got basically one form of contesting, and then just a really, really just a
Again,
Dutch guy.
It's running Sigma in place of a Reinhardt, which, I mean, yes, their shields are similar in shape and size, but they're definitely very different play styles. Question though, looking like he might run Bastion, or maybe he just wants to spin and spawn with his Mercy.
Please run Bastion, because I want to have No, they won't. They won't. They don't have a risk, so
No.
they're gonna go on the Ash.
Back to the Ash with that Mercy pocket. Let's see what they can get done here. Budget Acid is on the side. Wants to get a few picks if he can. Can't quite find a cheeky headshot just yet as he rotates now back around to his team. Of course, this double shield from Crimson is going to be hard to break. Mr. Nexo finding that early kill onto Ollie, that could be huge.
There is one, however, Luda could potentially get taken out by Questron. Does not get taken out by Questron, but gets put really low and gets the old charge for the support.
Immortality field though, forced out from both sides here.
Aim God.
Mr. Nex on the flank here, on the left hand side, near the cliff. Looking for some extra kills. He almost falls to Budget Acid, but he finds the kill eventually. Thanks to the healing from his Mercy, Despedido. And now with Questron's help they push forward, finding the extra kills, and that looks like it's going to be a team wipe apart from Oli, who gets back in and finds the kill onto Despedido. But somebody's going to have to contest the point here. You know, there's...
I've been looking at Questron and his aim is really, really good. It's not like flicky, it's not it's just really smooth, and that may be in part due to a low DPI, but Ollie does force a squeeze, and they have to deploy the bomb on the side.
Throws the bob nice underneath the high ground there, so as soon as somebody jumps down, they're going to be getting shot at. But the shield from Toastman stopping any damage from that bob, but of course that means there's no shield to block the rest of the damage from the team fight, as Toastman falls now to Questron. And now the D-bomb coming out. There's no shielding here, of course. Surprisingly, only Jaywalk's Immortality Field though falling to that bomb, as it looks like Crimson are going to be holding this. Apart from Questron, Questron finding 3! And now Souls has to find 2 kills here if he wants to be able to push his point. It looks like he won't be able to do it. Questron almost getting enough there to win that team fight on his own. Souls though getting massively staggered here. I think he should have tried to retreat as soon as Questron died there. A nice stick there from Budget Acid, finds Mr. NX, but will the res be there? There's no Immortality Field, so it's going to be very risky, and they decide not to go through with it. Ollie now on the flank, looking for some extra kills if he can. Decides not to, decides to retreat as Questron finds the headshot onto Budget Acid on that Tracer. Is now on the left side, looking for some extra kills, forces the shield out of that Sigma.
Well, that Valkyrie popped by Despedido.
Questron taking a lot of damage here, taking a lot of focus, and eventually falling to Toastman. Not before popping his bob though, so that there is still damage coming out there, and the resurrect as well from Despedido means Questron's right back in the fight. Luda finding Mr. NX as well. So it's still very winnable for both sides here, as Toastman with that Gravitic Flux finds just Grananum, but that could be enough, especially with Luda finding Despedido. There's no healing now for the side of Crimson, or of Friendship, I should be saying.
Dutchman himself, Toastman.
Questron though trying to take him out, almost does. If it wasn't for that that support coming in from Phoenix and Jaywalk. And now 40 seconds left. We could see a double full hold here, but of course that would mean Crimson win. The dive coming out now though from Squeeze, taking that Winston. Deciding to go along the flank here.
I'd assume they have to all just jump onto Toastman and potentially get a pick. Budget
The
Acid with a 2
double
onto
kill.
Solus and Despedido.
And that is absolutely massive as well, because of course Despedido was the Mercy. There's no Resurrect anymore. Despedido deciding to change over to the Moira instead. And now Oli and Toastman cleaning up that fight. That's going to be even more time wasted. Oli taking out Squeeze as well. He couldn't retreat, and it's going to be up to Souls to contest the point. Never mind, he throws his bomb in instead as Despedido goes for the point. Now the Dragon coming in to support him as well.
Nearly gets caught in them, but doesn't die.
The Dragon though finding Toastman.
He does die.
But there's ultimates there on the side of Crimson here. They might be able to hold this still. It's definitely winnable for either side as the mines come out now from Luda Yoda. They find Grananum, but Questron finds Jaywalk as well. It looks like maybe Friendship Brigade might be able to pull out a fight win here, but it still might not be enough as the dive comes out as well. Toastman switching over now onto the Winston as well. Definitely able to contest the point once again as Oli is in the back line, getting some lot of damage done as that soldier, but Questron...
That coalescence. Meanwhile, Luda Yoda's just back and starting to contest the point, going for the Beyblade.
Despedido finally came onto Oli there with that coalescence. And now both teams just trying to contest as long as possible. And Questrant getting work done on this Tracer for his team. Will he be able to get enough? He has a 3k so far. Looking for a 4th onto Luda Yoda now. He might be able to get it. He does with the help of Squeeze, and now Squeeze also finds Oli with Questrant's help, and is just down to that Tracer budget asset to contest the point as long as possible. Never mind, as Toastman gets back as well, but gets stuck straight away and gets taken out by Gornanum as well.
Nobody else can really get on. Phoenix falls. Maybe Jaywalk can do something here, but
Looks like no. Questrant
Luda
getting
Yoda's
work
gonna
done
have to do
on
what
that
I call the
Tracer.
JoJo spin.
I mean, Luda Yoda gets those mines out, which could prove valuable temporarily. Questrant can't go into the fight as intense as he might want to go, but he still looks for those kills, and with Gornanum finds Oli. And now Luda Yoda finally falling, but Toastman with the Primal Rage is there to contest the point for even longer, but the Demon Bomb is dropped. It finds Phoenix, and now it's going to be very tough for Budget Acid and Toastman to contest the point. They get the beat drop out of Jaywalk, but it doesn't really hit too many people as Toastman gets pulse bombed as well. Jaywalk walking into him, getting taken out as well, and now the side's coming out from Oli. Can he find any kills here? Looks like no. Oh, never mind. He gets Mr. NX at the end of his visor there as Questrant finds Luda Yoda. This is a hugely long Overwatch fight here.
Good Questrant carry it for his team. He's taken out 2 already.
But there's still 2 more to kill here. And there's 2 more again
Another
as the overtime contest continues.
Oh, there definitely could be another one soon. Toastman is 1 health.
Mr. NX is getting back on that Hanzo as well. Budget
just
Acid finds
take out
Speedo, but
Toastman.
gets taken out by Mr. NX. It looks like finally maybe the fight is over if they can kill just Luda Yoda and Oli. That's all they need to do to win this fight. But Luda Yoda with another mines. That's his 3rd mines.
Oh my god, come on.
The Dragon as well from Mr. NX. Can't
But
find any
for
kills. Looks
too
like
long.
no. Finally 2 kills coming out now from the side of Crimson. Getting a 3rd, getting a 4th. They might actually pull this out. They might be able to win this. Despedido with the Coalescence. But they're getting off the point. The
Just
C9.
C9 from Questrant.
Questrant just gets off the point at the very end there. So unlucky. That overtime ticking down so quickly. And it looks like finally Crimson pulling out the win, but Questrant with the play game on the Ash. What an intense match there.
That was more intense than the amount of Rogue Energy adverts we place in one stream.
That was one match.
That was 1 overtime, not just 1 match. That was pretty crazy.
Right, why you guys select the map? I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. And yeah, I just have to wait for Questrant to get back because he is picking the next map, which will
Hello.
be Questrant. That was intense, let's say that much.
Yeah, nobody can shoot at Tracer. She's a slippery little bugger.
Yeah, you got a lot of damage done on that Tracer. Unfortunately, not quite enough to win the team fight, as you did C9, because that overtime ticker was so short. But Questrant, you are picking the next map, which of course will be an assault map, a 2CP, which you'll be picking between Hanamura, Volskaya Industries, or I believe we said we take Horizon out of it and replace that with Temple of Anubis, because Horizon has been taken out of the competitive map pool.
Volskaya.
Volskaya Industries, we're going. Okie dokie.
Oh, come on, we get that too much.
Sorry, bub. Things have to happen.
I mean, we got Hanamura before yesterday, so I don't mind. So we're going to
Swear,
Volskaya
basically
Industries.
every time I've casted, we've had this stupid freaking map.
This map.
It's not a bad map, but it's just stupid that everyone picks the same map. Learn not to play others.
Well, there's reasons the same maps are being played every single time. You boys can head back to your teams, and yeah, good luck to them. It's not a matter of learning other maps. It's just certain maps work best in certain metas, and of course, I mean, bunker comp is quite common on this map. You know, holding in by this mega health pack on defense, but it's also versatile enough that you can play dive. You can play the Symmetra flank around the cliffside here. I think Volskaya is just so enjoyable because there's so many different playstyles you can run. And the chokes aren't as intense as maybe Hanamura or Temple of Anubis would be.
Because the chokes are maybe smaller, but it's weird, but they're sort of easier to get through if you think about it. The main chokers may only have one entrance, and the second one if you're a flanker, but that main entrance, you have to hold one part of that entrance. If you don't hold all the parts, you can just sneak out the point.
Yeah, but I know personally I prefer Volskaya. As Luda Yoda now switching off that Winston onto the Orisa here.
In all honesty, my favorite map, my favorite assault map's actually Temple of Anubis because CQB for the win. It's also my Zenyatta map.
You see now the attack. Oh, a nice Mei wall there coming out of
Wolf.
budget acid,
Pull.
but the
Yep,
pull
Mr. Anak.
from Luda Yoda. Bit of miscommunication there because that pull from Luda Yoda actually saved the Mei on the side of Crimson. Or on the side of Friendship. As
fight, though.
instead, Friendship managed to zone everyone else off with that their own Mei wall and get those kills. Questron pushing very aggressively here. He wants to get some extra ult charge if he can. Already 50%, almost 6% on that Bob. Takes a risky high ground route back to point. Almost gets taken out by Ollie, but unfortunately he can't hit those shots he needs to hit. As now Luda Yoda gets walled off. Will he get frozen here? He should use his Fortify to stop that, which he does indeed do. But Toastman getting demeched.
Okay, Phoenix does have to pick up to Mr. NX. There's going to have to be a pull coming through, but not too much damage put into that pull at the moment. They just have to get on the point.
Oli though, one contestant on this high ground. Questron finally pushing up to try and contest him, but being forced to drop because that's Storm Arrow getting a lot done. Souls diving in way too deep. I don't think he meant to go onto the low ground there, as he might get taken out now by Oli in the backline, but the Bob is there to support.
There's Luda Yoda, however.
The bomb coming in from the back onto the point finds Budget Acid. Of course, he didn't have any of his cooldowns available, as Oli forced to focus down that Bob instead of focusing down any of the tanks or actual players of French Brigade, as Questron with those final kills saves
spawn much longer.
Yeah, and Jaywalk falling very low there, but managed to get a nade off before getting set on fire once again by Questron. Questron already, just after using Bob, already back up to 50%. And Despeudio as well with an Ana boost. A lot of ultimates coming online for both sides here. And just have to wait and see what they decide to do with it. Maybe the bongos might be put out early from this fight, but it'll be coming from both teams. Oli finding Despeudio with that Blizzard, but the beat drop from Phoenix, not quite enough to stop himself from dying, or Luda Yoda from dying to that Blizzard from Mr. NX, who gets 2 kills there. It's a 4v4 at the moment. Bob coming into the fight as well.
And
But Oli finds Gornanum. Unless Bob can get a lot of value here, it's not going to be enough. Oli finds the value in that hands out, finds Questron on the high ground as Budget Acid gets that headshot onto Souls, which is a one shot, of course, when Baby Diva is out with at 150 HP. And now it's just that Mei contesting the point. Getting some kills from the Ana though at long range. That's the advantage of the sniper healer. But unfortunately, not quite enough to keep him alive, as it looks like the point will be turning eventually over to Crimson here. Only a minute on the clock left, which would be, of course, up to, what, a minute 30 or 2 minutes? Or 3 minutes even, wow.
The wrong attack round.
I'm thinking of the wrong attack round, I am. I'm thinking of the second attack. They get a lot more time here, they get up to 4 minutes again. But still, point B can be hard to attack, especially when both teams have so many ultimates available.
Oh, the ultimate, nearly killing Despacito in the backline.
Despacito though managing to live, but both bongos coming out here, as well as the beat from Friendship Brigade, might be just enough to keep them alive against that bongo. Although Squeeze's bongo does go down, as well as himself. So now there's a lot of damage here for Crimson, with not as much to counter it. There's no shield here to stop that Diva Bomb, as it finds Mr. NX, who was nano boosted at the time as well. So that's another ultimate being wasted, as Questron now is getting focus out of the fight as well by a combination of Oli and Luda Yoda. Squeeze is there with the peel, but will it be enough? It looks like yes, he finds 2 kills, as Questron as well in the backline gets some free shots in. Gets chased now by Budget Acid as Squeeze falls on the point. 1 tick taken so far for Crimson. Toastman finding another kill onto Questron, but the Blizzard coming out of Mr. Nex manages to demech Toastman, who does fall.
It was thrown out of the way of the Matrix, and the wall comes up. Luda Yoda.
Recontest now, and the push coming through. Very aggressive push coming through out of Squeeze here on that Winston. But looks like they got enough done. Got an extra counter Jaywalk there, nice little stagger, and that looks like that's going to be the team fight. Oli taking out Questron there. That could be a valuable pick, but I'd say he's going to respawn by the time the real fight breaks out anyway, so not too much value there apart from extra ult charge, but I think Oli already had the dragon.
Definitely going to be a pull dragon soon.
Yeah, but of course, there is an opportunity for Souls to eat that dragon if he sees it coming. He has already eaten the pull from Luda Yoda, so they're going to have to wait another 7 seconds or so. As Luda Yoda gets walled off as well, he might have to use his Fortify to stay alive here. He doesn't even get a chance to use it before Questron takes him out. And now Budget Acid falling as well, as Crimson are forced to retreat here. They might not be able to get out far enough though, as Squeeze chasing that
Toastman's
Ana.
been spotted.
Oli jumping off the map as well to reset with his team, as Toastman getting demeched. He's going to have to either die, he's getting walled as well, so he can't even fall off the map. He's going to have to die or jump off the map or build up his mech. Either way, a huge stagger for Friendship Brigade. As it looks like they're going to try and kill Toastman with that dynamite. He does get a bit of heals though, so he will stay alive. And a nice sleep as well. Oh, Questron getting that headshot he needed onto Toastman. That's a huge stagger, and that's going to stop the push once again for Crimson. Now only a minute left on the clock.
Oh, Ollie.
Though finding Mr. NX. So it is a 5v5, and of course this Diva will be back before the May. Even with these closer spawns on the defensive side. Beat drop being used by Phoenix, who straight away runs onto the point. The Dragon coming out as well. Might find the supports here on the right hand side. Yes, it does. Finds Grananum at least, but Despacito able to fade out of it. And now the bomb from Souls in the backline finds Jaywalk, who couldn't get behind his shield on time. As Souls also finds Budget Acid and Mr. NX. Questron finding the kill on Toastman's mech. And Toastman himself as well. Deciding not to stagger this time as Luda Yoda jumps off the map on the right hand side as the defenders would see it.
Yo, and now Crimson only have the bomb to dump, and it's basically going to be used maybe for getting your free mech back.
Squeeze using his bubble again as a kind of a Rhine shield to stop incoming damage as Questron pokes.
I predict Mr. NX 100% use that.
But there's no bubble now, so this bomb might find a kill. Does not, because that May wall is there from Mr. NX to stop that bomb getting any value. And now there's no ultimates on the side of Crimson, as Mr. NX pops his Blizzard on the point, finds the kill with it in Phoenix. His team are cleaning up the rest of the fight here. And it looks like Crimson won't be capping point B. Questron finding 3 kills in that fight as well to shut down any push. Or any recontest.
Bit of a one-sided first round.
You could say that, but then again, the first point was capped, and if Crimson manage to full hold on this defense here, they do win, and that will be a 3-1 victory to them. But of course, if Friendship Brigade manage to push both points, we'll be going to a map number 5, which will be Nepal.
Finally. Now all we need is goats back, and everyone playing goats.
No, thank you.
No, get goats back.
Goats is so boring to watch. It's okay to play, but so boring to watch, especially because it was going for like a year and a half of nothing but goats from everybody. Ooh, Luna, you are lagging quite a lot in Discord right now.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alright, looks like I might have to solo cast this temporarily until Luna gets his internet fixed. Which is... Alright, we see a... Oh yeah, Kiba left the game there. The internet seems to be cutting out quite a lot. Toastman and Luda Yoda running that bunker comp here on this defense. But Budget Acid on the Tracer, not the... This is strange, there's dive DPS, but bunker tanks. I expect to see maybe a May and Torbjorn or something along those lines as a DPS, but no, they're running the Tracer Hanzo, or Tracer Genji I should say, with Mr. NX on the Hanzo on the opposing side. Squeeze once again running the Sigma as a replacement for a Reinhardt. And Budget Acid in the backline. Can he get any early kills here? He's already half HP, but he does find Mr. NX. And now recalls to pick up a little bit more health for himself, as Despacito finds Toastman as well. It's a 5v5 here. Never mind Questron falling, but Gornanum finding Oli as Souls finds Phoenix as well. Luda Yoda on the point here with Budget Acid. Budget Acid finds Despacito once again, but gets taken out by Souls with good bit of health out of Squeeze there, hitting that right click, or that left click from Sigma. Mr. Next now coming back on that Doomfist. Can he get any kills here? Looks like he can onto Luda Yoda as Jaywalk is taken out as well.
I'm back.
First tick about to get capped for Crimson here. As Toastman D-Max souls, but gets taken out himself by Squeeze as Despedido finds the kill onto Oli. Kiba, you are back. Will I invite you to the custom game again? The budget asset kind of wasting Pulse Bomb there onto Mr. Next before a bit of tactical crouching as he gets taken out by Questron on the way back to the point.
Objective lost.
I shall
New defense point.
Literally the Wi-Fi shut down for like 2 seconds.
it happens. And
Happens
you're
every day.
back in the game now. As a pull comes out of Toastman there, but Luda Yoda just barely missing that accretion to combo with it.
See,
Oli
there's
finds
a
an early
beat
kill onto
drop,
Squeeze there.
Squeeze falls.
And now the ultimate coming out of Luda Yoda with that Sigma ult. Can he
I
find
don't
any kills
speak
with it?
Dutch, but Goed universum ziekt voor mij, used by Luda. And 2 people on Crimson are Dutch, so they can potentially correct me if I said that wrong.
Hopefully. Yeah, Luda Yoda there getting quite a lot of value with that Sigma ultimate. No actual kills with the ultimate itself, but of course it does do a lot of damage and sets up for some pretty easy follow-up kills. Which is exactly what happened. Questron now looking to want to go on a flank here with his Pulse Bomb. Going around the right side, but of course Budget Acid has switched over onto the Torb and the stick coming onto the Lucio and Phoenix, who falls, as well as that Torb turret, meaning Questron can do quite
Because he
a
was
lot of
super
damage here.
pretty close to his barrier, so take him out the fight now so he can't build it.
The Bongo
But
here
Ollie
with
goes in.
the blade, almost like a nano blade here. He finds 2, he finds Despedido and Mr. NX, but the beat drop comes in as well to counter that as Questron finds 3 kills on point. Definitely carrying his team right now. It looks like we might be going to another map.
Maybe not. Jaywalk. Jaywalk with the 3k, however.
3k, Moira is just... Moira is something else. Much like Echo, just can do so much. Echo's a little bit more broken than Moira is, but still,
That's
Moira
why
gets a lot of
Echo's
damage
not
done.
here, because Echo comps are too powerful. Echo Torbjorn.
Echo Genji is what I've been seeing a lot of, and it is very, very powerful.
You understand the power of Echo Torbjorn.
Questron now though, switching over onto that Sombra. He wants those EMPs, he wants to stop those abilities, and cancel those shields. Of course, Sombra is very good against the double shield. A Squeeze also switching over onto the Winston. A full dive coming out of French Brigade here, but Luda Yoda with the huge lift with that Sigma ult. Lifts up 4. Can he get any kills out of it? He finds Mr. NX with Oli's help. And now Souls gets demeched as well on the point. Questron though finds a counter budget acid, but it won't be enough as the rest of his team is kind of getting wiped on the point. Just Squeeze left there to contest, and Questron now not even managing to run away from that fight alive. He is, however, already on 70% of his ult, and Squeeze on 90%. Very impressive ult charge rates here from Friendship Brigade.
If Questron does get his EMP in this fight and then possibly uses it in the next fight, unless there is enough time.
Well, he can probably use it in the same fight as he gets it right now. Especially with the dive, people can capitalize on this EMP as soon as it comes out. And of course, the bunker means everybody's playing very close together. Questron though, he gets found in the backline. He's forced to translocate out of there to get some healing. With the dragon coming in from behind, from Mr. NX, finds Budget Acid, and the beat drop comes out from French Brigade here, but the EMP finds everybody except for Phoenix. But of course, he doesn't have his beat drop yet to counter it, as a bomb finds 2. The Coalescence on the point as well, out of Despedido, finds Ollie and Jaywalk. And now Budget Acid has to touch the point, just barely does it as the counter comes over to...
going on the pole, yes, praise the Lord.
Another very close game, much like yesterday, where we're seeing a lot of very close fights. And we're going on to a 5th map. We won't be going on to 7 maps though. I just turned that French Brigade to 5 instead of 2 because dyslexia.
Are you actually dyslexic or
I am
not?
actually
Because I'm not.
dyslexic.
Oh, feels bad. I'm just autistic.
Same. I got it all, boy.
Well, I'm ugly, so
Questron.
not really sure how that works, but
Come on, dude.
And I'm a virgin.
Oof. Get out of here. Just kidding.
We play Overwatch, we're all virgins.
Speak for yourself, mate.
yeah, speak for yourself.
Alright,
Wait, what?
we are going to be going on to Nepal next, as it is 2-2, and this is going to be the tiebreaker map. But I do want to ask you guys how you feel about this entire game so far. It has been so
It's
close.
equal. It's practically equal. We're like same as SOR.
Yeah, definitely very similar sword, just like the game from yesterday, which went on for 7 maps in 2.5 hours if you weren't watching. But yeah, going on to Nepal here. Unfortunately, you can't draw this one. We won't be going on much further. This one's for the win, boys.
Alright.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank
You can head back to your teams, and we'll get going once again.
Alright.
Traveling to
I'm very interested to see who's going to eventually pull out this win.
prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Of course, we did see Crimson, I believe, did win the first control map, but Nepal being very different, and we're starting off as well in
Oh,
Sanctum, I believe.
oh God.
What's up?
My ping on Overwatch just went from the normal 40 to 80.
Ah, that's not bad. 80 is nothing, dude. I used to, with my old internet, I used to have to play permanently on the lowest of 150 ms. It would very often spike up to a couple thousand, and that's why I
Wow.
play Rhine.
Because it doesn't really require good ping, it just requires knowing where the enemies actually are.
Which I often didn't know because people are just teleporting all over the map, and I DC'd a lot.
4,
Thankfully, though, I've got better internet since, and I can actually play the game to
round 1.
a
Mine's,
decent
mine's internet's
level.
The
good.
objective.
My internet's good, but it's only custom games I get a normal connection.
That's kind of strange. Question: they're running the soldier
Because
as
I get better ping normally in game, but let's doesn't
Toastman
even
and Luda Yoda running that Orisa Hog, with Souls running the Diva instead of the Hog here. And a massive flank coming out of Crimson as they take the back of the point here. Mr. NX and Oli trading headshots right here. It's a 5v5.
Oh, God.
Both teams missing their hands. Budget Acid almost body blocking for his turret there as he gets a lot of damage in. And Toastman almost finding a hook
Dude,
onto
on my
Souls there.
screen, they're freaking teleporting.
In that case, I will keep this casting going as I can see what's happening. Oh, Grenanum almost falling off the map there, but a nice pull boop onto Toastman there from Squeeze and Grenanum. And that makes it 6v5 here as the Hands get back in the fight. Questron pushing Oli there, trying to get an extra kill if he can. Can't quite get it as he does get body shot, or shot in the ankle even. Mr. Nexo finding kill onto Jaywalk and Luda Yoda as this fight looks like it's going to be finally turning over for Friendship Brigade. But still, Crimson did cap 11% there. And we do see Phoenix in the very bad position here as Oli gets taken out in the front lines. Phoenix, can he get back to his team? It's going to be difficult, but looks like, yes, he can. Falling back to half HP, but he manages to do it.
I'd have fed. I'd have just ran into their team and booped them all.
Yeah, I would have booped them first and maybe ult charge, but I think I would be able to get out. Massive pull there, pulling 6 people, but no follow-up, and maybe a bit of miscommunication there. Dragon put in a little bit late, but it does split Oli off from his team. As Questron now pops his visor. The Molten Core with that pull, looking for some extra kills if he can get it, but can't quite do it as Mr. NX does find Jaywalk with the Dragon eventually, and Questron finding a double kill there onto the Torb and
there were around
Luda.
5 ults.
And Squeeze, after the fight is over, drops his bongo. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or if he's just feeling confident enough that they can win without ultimates.
Maybe
Which
it
is
was a
very
bug.
risky because there's 5 ultimates right now on the side of Crimson. The Dragon comes in first. Is there going to be a pull to help it out? No, there's not, but it does find Despedido anyway. That's a massive kill because there's a main heals down. Mr. Nexo finding Oli. It is a 5v5 here. But of course, the healing, there's a lot more healing for Crimson, especially with that Coalescence and B-Trap at the same time as the bomb goes into the back line. Doesn't really find anybody. Does manage to kill the bongo, but that's just about it. Mr. Nex finding Budget Acid with the headshot as well as Toastman hooks and kills Gornanum. Just as Despedido gets back into the fight to keep Squeeze alive as long as physically possible. But unfortunately, Jaywalk with the kill on Questron and Oli with the kill onto Squeeze will win this fight. And Toastman popping maybe an unnecessary whole hog, but he does find Despedido with it. So definitely wasn't a total waste. But again, that was all 5 ultimates used by Crimson here. Not a whole lot of ult management coming out of either team on this point so far. Both giving it everything they've got to try and win. We see now Budget Acid in the backline, wanting to charge up that pulse bomb as quick as possible. Tries to one-clip Despedido on the Moira there, but that's very difficult to do as Moira just fades out of there. And now Mr. NX watching his corners, not letting Budget Acid get this flank yet again. He gets spotted by Despedido and is forced to retreat and is
Went for the
very low
hook, but
HP.
didn't get anything
Yeah,
from
Toastman
it.
very low health there, and Questron with the visor on the side. Almost gets taken out by Oli with that right click. Those rockets doing quite a lot of damage, but the healing is there from him, from his Moira. But a pull almost finds Questron there, but he manages to get on the edge of the cliff just about. Due to Yoda, kind of unfortunate there. As he drops his bongo now, gets a D-Mech onto Squeeze. And the kills finally coming through for Crimson. As they find a few more players here, Despedido and Souls falling next. As Questron just fighting off Budget Acid in the backlines there.
Holy damn.
But Luda Yoda finally going on him there. That was a very good bongo there. Definitely amping a lot of damage and providing the damage necessary to win that team fight.
Yeah, I'm gonna restart my router after this.
Yeah, you definitely will because you're lagging once again. We do see though Budget Acid going on a massive flank once again. Can he get any value out of it though? He didn't last time. Can he do it this time? The dragon coming out of Mr. NX. Can I find any kills? Not quite, but Luda Yoda falling very, very low. Jaywalk getting taken out as well by Mr. NX. Finding those kills with his Storm Arrows. And Oli popping the visor. And so is Questron. And now it's just playing around a pillar. Oli winning that 1v1 there. As Phoenix uses his beat drop as well on the point. Looks like Kiba is gone once again. He'll be restarting his internet after this map.
We have to restart it now.
Yep. No problem. We do see though recontest coming through from Crimson. They're forcing this overtime as long as possible. They already have 99%, but they still want to win the team fight. They don't want the cap to come through because if the cap comes through, it's unlikely they'll be able to recontest by the time these 10% are taken over. Still the Soldier 1v1 going on the side. Questron though getting the beat drop and Oli falling to him as Mr. NX finds Toastman as well on the point. Phoenix trying to get a boop if he can, but can't quite find it. Mr. NX falling as well, or killing Jaywalk as well, and Budget Acid. Questron though gets booped off the map by Phoenix, who gets taken out though by Souls. Can anybody touch the point here? It's going to be up to Toastman on that Wrecking Ball. Can he make the jump is the question. He's going to have to do it now. He does make it. He contests the point. He forces the overtime, but there's nobody else to contest the point there as it only gets taken out by the headshot from Mr. NX, and that looks like the first objective here will be taken for Friendship Brigade. But again, it's 99 to 99. It's so close here from both teams. Definitely giving it everything they've got to win this game. And now going on to Nepal Village, which is a bit of a fan favorite, I think. I think it's probably my favorite of the 3 points on Nepal, although I can't say I love Nepal as a map in general. It's pretty good, very balanced, of course, very symmetrical, which is definitely a positive side. And we see neither team running the dive, both teams still running out of Orisa. Luda Yoda switching over though onto the Sigma, letting Toastman take the Orisa, as they both decide to take the low ground and head to the point that way. Both teams also running that May, meaning May Reaper, in fact, so they can wall people off on point. This is a mirror comp apart from Souls and Luda Yoda taking different off tanks in Sigma and Diva. Definitely Sigma, I think, would be the better pick here, as Mr. NX already falling. That's a big kill as well. There's no May wall now for the side of Friendship Brigade, as a lot of damage now coming through from both sides here. Luda Yoda almost dying there, falling down to literally 1 HP, I would say. And the Coalescence coming out of Despedido, doing a lot of healing and damage here, hitting absolutely everybody in the field almost. But the counter Coalescence comes out of Jaywalk slightly later, meaning his will last slightly longer, doing even more damage. Huge pull though coming out of Squeeze, with Questron following up with that huge Death Blossom, getting 5 kills, and it's just Luda Yoda left on the point here. Phoenix there, not quite getting the beat drop on time, and going on him using his beat drop to keep his team alive, which of course enables Questron to go in so deep with that Death Blossom to follow up on Squeeze's pull, which got all 6 members pulled together, apart from Luda Yoda. Now Questron again on a bit of a flank here. Of course, Reaper can TP out of these flanks if he needs to, but he gets spotted by his opposing Reaper in Budget Acid, who also has his Death Blossom. Now both Reapers TPing back to their teams and up to the high ground from Budget Acid, who throws in his Death Blossom, but gets taken out very early on by Mr. NX. Of course, that Diva defense matrix as well, stopping a lot of damage coming through. And now the Kinetic Grasp, or the Gravitic Flux even coming out of Luda Yoda, doesn't find any kills, but Toastman does find a D-Mech onto Souls. and a huge blizzard could be coming out here. Finds a freeze onto Squeeze and Souls, and also Despacito. But Mr. NX finding a huge kill onto Oli there as Question cleans up those backline tanks in Phoenix and Ludo Yoda, and also in Toastman. As Budget actually just stands still on the point to die as quick as possible there to get back to his team. And Mr. NX playing a very aggressive game here, getting the value from it as well, getting a lot of kills. And here comes a pull. Will he dragon it? No, he won't, because he knows there's not enough people there to dragon. The Maywall as well comes out from Oli. It does kind of get Mr. NX stuck out there, but he manages to get back. The dragon now coming through the choke, meaning nobody can push in just yet for Crimson, but Question as well finding a kill to Budget Acid. This could be huge here. This could be what they need to win the fight. Of course, it is 80% on the point, which is already being contested though by Phoenix. I mean, there's a lot less healing for his team, and the Bongo being dropped now by Toastman. Will this be enough damage to cap the point? Mr. NX finally killing Phoenix on the point, and now Oli, can he get any kills on the point? Trying to freeze Souls here. Ludo Yoda popping his ultimate, and this should be the point turning over finally for Crimson, as Souls pops his bomb to remake, and he does find a kill on Budget Acid, but it won't be enough to turn the fight. And yeah, Crimson are finally taking this point. 99% though for French Brigade, meaning all they need to do is win one fight, and this is, you know, this is their game to lose right now. All they need to do is win one more team fight, and that's the entire match over. Crimson though have shown before they can hold on for a long time if they need to, and as we saw in the last control point map, they managed to pull out a mini reverse sweep, as we could call it. Nice accretion combo there, the pull accretion combo. Squeeze falling very early on, of course, and now no main tank on the side of French Brigade, and that's going to be very difficult to really do anything with. Both Coalescences being used, as well as the beat drop coming out from Gornanum, as Questron finds Toastman. No main tank either for the other side in French Brigade, as Death Blossom comes out of Budget Acid, finds Gornanum and Mr. NX again, and Oli as well finding the freeze on the point onto Souls, with his Blizzard taking him out as well in the fight. Questron falling as well before he gets a chance to do anything really meaningful right there, and Budget Acid finding the next two cleanup kills as well. Budget Acid there definitely popping off for his team, getting 4 kills. First 2 with the Death Blossom, of course, and then following up at the end there. Now, this is final fight, 99% to 90%. Somebody's going to have to touch the point eventually. I mean, definitely looks like Gornanum will be able to. Yes, he will. He's touching the point now. Maybe too early, though. His team isn't quite there yet. If he gets taken out now, it could be very bad. The Critic Flux coming out from Ludo Yoda finds Jaywalk, or finds Questron, and Questron does find Jaywalk, though, with the Coalescence first. But that's the once again getting a lot done for his team, finding Despacito and Souls. It looks like Crimson have done it. They've pulled out the second map here. So close once again, 99 to 99, and we're going to the third map. These teams are so even. Neither team being able to pull ahead of the other one this time around. We're going to the final map, the Shrine. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to yesterday's match, which also was very even, lasted for a very long time. This map, of course, or this match already has been going on for an hour and a half, but this is the last map. This is, you know, whoever wins this point here is going to win the game. And it's just been so close all the time. Every single point here has been 99 to 99. Every contest has lasted a very long time. Overtimes have been going on forever. Souls deciding to stay on that Diva instead of going over to a Sigma, which may or may not work. We don't really know just yet. It's been very close either way the whole time. Only find the first kill onto Gornanum, and that's a huge kill. That's half the healing gone already for the side of Friendship Brigade. That Maywall just coming out a bit too late, as Mr. NX finds a huge kill onto Jaywalk there, but Budget Acid finding a kill onto Questron as well. As Souls gets demeched by Ludo Yoda's accretion there, with Budget Acid just cleaning up those kills. Definitely, I do think Sigma is a better off tank to run with the Orisa, especially for those, you know, pull accretion combos. But Despacito now switching over onto the Mercy with Mr. NX's Pharah. His Gornanum switches over as well off the Lucy onto the Moira, just provide a little bit more healing for his team. We do see though Budget Acid in the backline. Can he find any early picks or maybe a demech onto the Souls? He can't quite find it. He's 70 HP here. He might get killed before he manages to get out of the fight. No, that Maywall definitely providing a lot of support there. for his teammate and keeping him alive. But the Pharah cannot get any value here. We've seen Mr. NX pop off on Pharah before. Will he do it again? He is already on 68% of his ultimate. That's absolutely huge. And he does. He finds that kill onto Oli, who's waiting there to set up a wall. And now the coalescence coming out of Jaywalk. Might get shut down here by Mr. NX, who decides to ignore his own Mercy, who gets taken down, or gets targeted by that coalescence, but he finds a huge barrage there, finding Luda Yoda, Phoenix, and Budget Acid as his team cleans up that fight with him. And now, will anybody taxi this Mercy back into the fight, who did get taken out by Toastman at the end of that fight there? It looks like no. Definitely the Diva could have flown back, or the Pharah to speed boost almost the Mercy back into the fight as Questron falls very early on to Ollie. And that is a pretty big pick. We've seen Questron do quite a lot, and Mr. NX as well, falling before Despacito can even get back into the fight. Definitely a big mistake to not help the Mercy get back into the fight there faster, as it looks as though Crimson will be winning this fight. But Squeeze and Soul is getting a lot done with their Moira, getting a few kills on the point, but Granadam does fall, as well as Soul's mech and Soul himself, to that gravitic flux, as the Bongo and the Bob are getting dropped out by Questron and Soul's, and Squeeze I should say, as they contest the point for as long as possible. They do find 3 kills, Mr. X finding the 3rd one there, Toastman though finding Squeeze, as the coalescence comes through from Jaywalk, which does manage to take out Mr. NX as well. Despacito not going to go for that res, but he gets pulled back into the fight. He might get staggered here a little bit, but not quite. The point still hasn't turned though. Very impressive stall coming out of Friendship Brigade here, as the point hasn't turned yet. A nice bomb here, probably going to find a killer too. It finds Jaywalk, who couldn't get behind his shield on time. And the freeze coming out of Oli won't actually catch anybody, unfortunately, as Questron finds the kill onto him as well as Budget Acid. Definitely Questron getting a lot of damage here on the Ash, taking that off angle over on the inside of the map there. As Granadam uses that coalescence to top up his team and kill Luda Yoda as well, as he tries to retreat. And I need a drink. That pull there from Squeeze to almost kill Toastman. He falls very, very low to those fire rockets. And now somebody has to touch the point from Crimson. It's 99 or 93%. The beat drop coming in to engage, as well as the Bongo. This is a lot of damage and a lot of health to deal with for Crimson. Questron throws out the Bob and hopes he can do just that, but it looks like no. Budget Acid finding a lot of kills on that Hanzo. I think he's got 4 there so far, as Oli as well takes out Souls. And now it's just Questron left, and he's in the backline. He is going to get staggered. Oli eventually finding the kill on him with a headshot from that Mei. And the point does turn. But a lot of ultimates used. The Coalescence, the Bongo, and the beat drop all used by Crimson there. But at the same time, nothing really available for either side here, apart from Mr. NX's Barrage, which of course it did get 3 kills last time, but they might see it coming this time. And poor Despacito is getting kind of left behind sometimes by Mr. NX here. Mr. NX goes in with the Barrage, finds Oli, but gets taken out very quickly by Mr. NX. It's a 5v5 here. Never mind Luda Yoda cleaning up with that massive lift with his Gravitic Flux. Questron now trying to contest the point if he can. He's going to have to touch in a few seconds here to force that overtime. He won't be able to though. He gets taken out by Budget Acid. Now Mr. NX, he has to blink onto the point as Tracer. He just about makes it before having to recall. But can anybody else touch the point with him? Not even he can touch the point again, as Souls is also demeched, and that rock comes out, kills that Tracer. And finally, Crimson have pulled out that victory, and that is of course the 3-2. That is all 5 maps played. Play the game. Coming on to Questron's Reaper here, which of course got a lot of value, and this is probably the 5k with the Death Blossom and the pull that he got with his team. Of course, that beat drop meaning he won't be falling down any low health anytime soon. So that that Death Blossom lasting its full length. Nut, welcome back.
Hello.
Congratulations on the win there, dude.
Thank you. That was a really nail-biting series.
That was an extremely nail-biting series. Every point going 99 to 99. You know, on Junkertown, that overtime lasted about 5 minutes alone, if not longer. You know, both teams playing very, very well. Definitely commend both of you for playing so well. Questron there, you got to play the game. Got quite a lot done.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done to both sides there. And